Okay, we've got a little treat here now. Obviously, one championship. I've got a huge card coming up over in America. There's some absolutely incredible fights, but this one I am looking forward to the most. You've got two absolute monsters, two knockout artists. You've got Robocop, Roberto Soldic, and you've got my man who's with me now, Zebaztian Kadestam. Mate, thank you for joining us. I know you're in fight camp, and we won't keep you too long. But just a quick one to start off with, mate. How's training going? Because you've been doing some extra work with one of my coaches, haven't you? Stephen Campbell and the Midas, adding some new little bits in there. Obviously, I don't want you to give anything away, but how's your training going, mate?
And thanks for having me. Glad to be on. Uh, Great, and Steven is helping me a lot with preparation with the diet and some physical stuff as well. So I feel great. I'm ready. I'm excited, and it's gonna be a bang. Sure.
100%. Now, you have had some of the most ridiculous KOs I've ever seen on one. There was one where you did like a flying knee on the guy's head while he was on the floor. There was one where you dropped about 4 elbows in a row and knocked him out. But your last one against Yuri Lapicus, I'd just like to say God rest his soul as well. He recently passed away, which is very sad. So rest in peace there, brother. But your last one, punch knockout, it was one of the best one-punch knockouts you will see. You knocked him flat out. You shattered your hand into about 1,000,000 pieces when you did it. However, that was on one of the biggest shows of the year. You got a bonus win money as well. How did that feel doing that on such a show that big? And also, how was the rehab coming back from that? Because you smashed your hand, didn't you?
Oh, can you see it?
Oh shit! Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, wow! Look at that knuckle.
It works. It was. I took some time off, maybe 6 weeks from boxing, and then it was fine. And
Oh really?
yeah, they sent me to operation straight after the fight. They put in a metal plate, and yeah, I slowly started punching again, and now it's fine.
Solid again. Yeah, because if you haven't seen that, go watch that fight. Just put Zebaztian Kadestam versus Yuri Lapicus into YouTube. It was one of the best one-punch knockouts you will see. Obviously, now coming into this fight, you must have been known after that fight, right? I've had a lot of good KO wins here. Lapicus, I believe he was a former title challenger as well. Oh yeah, he was a former top contender anyway. You must have known after that knockout some big things were going to come your way after that.
Yeah, I called him out, right, Soldic, and right after the fight, and it's either him or someone else, like in the top two, top three, and I got it now. So I'm glad my hand got to rest a little bit, and now we're ready to go.
Around Europe, obviously before Soldic was snapped up by one championship, it was a bit of a boogeyman, wasn't it? People were scared a little bit to fight this guy. He was wiping the floor with a lot of people. You've jumped straight in there, called him straight out. Do you see yourself if you win this fight here, the title shot must be next?
Yeah, should be right.
Yeah, 100%. How do you see this fight going with you and Soldic?
Someone is going to sleep for sure.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. Are you doing anything different in prep to fight someone like his style? Or obviously, you don't want to give your game plan away, but are you adding anything different to your game?
He's a southpaw, right? So that's kind of like I gotta prepare for that. Other than that, I'm trying my best to do what I do best and work on what I'm gonna do. So caught
Obviously, yeah.
one. So we are working hard.
Obviously, after this fight, is it Christian Lee who's the champion at your weight? Obviously, after this fight, you're going to be in contention for a title shot if you get the win. How would you see you versus Lee going? Is that obviously that's what you want next year? How would you see that fight going with Christian Lee?
I think Abaso almost knocked him out in the first, and if he can do it, I can do it. So um, yeah, but he's a very good fighter for sure. And, very all rounded. So his grappling is excellent. But I think striking wise, I'm the better fighter. But
To be honest, striking wise, I don't think there's that many who can stand up with you in that division. To be fair, because you obviously you've got one punch power. You've shown you can knock people out with knees to the head on the floor, elbows, etc. One last question: in Colorado, the altitude is different, isn't it? There's meant to be a really high altitude. Are you doing anything different training wise to prepare for that?
yes, more cardio, right? I wish I could have gone up 6 weeks earlier, but coaches and everyone got to work. So I'm here preparing, doing my best. Um, and yeah, uh, first round KO. I don't need so much cardio. I
Yeah.
don't need so much
First
cardio.
round knockout. You don't have to get tired or feel the fucking altitude then, mate. Listen,
Gonna,
I know you're a busy man. I know you're training
gonna,
and hard for your fight. Thank you for joining us, mate. Good luck in the fight, and I'm sure we're going to be all in for an absolute bar burner. Thanks, Seb, mate.
hey.